Rudolf Dreikurs and William Glasser were psychiatrists and world-renowned educators regarding child behavior issues. They provided some extraordinary parallel insights into why children behave as they do. Dr. Glasser said that children unconsciously make behavioral choices in an attempt to fulfill three primary human needs. The basic needs of every child include 1. The need to be loved and to belong. 2. The need for life to be meaningful and fun. And 3. The need to have power and independence. Misbehavior takes place when children do not have their needs met. Dr. Dreikurs said that children want to behave. They want the approval of their parents and their teachers. Children's misbehavior is the result of their trying to fulfill their unmet needs in inappropriate ways. Every inappropriate behavior can be connected to a specific unmet need. For example, some common misbehaviors and the corresponding unmet needs they seek to fill are as follows. 1. If a child is seeking attention in inappropriate ways, he is trying to fulfill the need to be loved and to belong. 2. If a child is rebellious, she typically is bored and is pursuing her need to make life more meaningful and fun. 3. If a child starts initiating power struggles, he is addressing the need to acquire independence and power. Children do not consciously seek to misbehave. They unconsciously resort to a particular misbehavior in hopes of meeting an unmet need. Teachers often take it personally when their children misbehave, and they ask, "Why is this child attacking me like this?" Instead of feeling defensive when confronted by a child's misbehavior, the important question for an adult to ask is, what need of this child is not being met? If a teacher can identify a child's unmet need and then proceed to fill that need, the child's disruptive behavior will disappear. The key to this process lies in accurately connecting the particular misbehavior with its corresponding unmet need, and then responding to that need in an appropriate way. Many child-rearing experts contend that if an adult examines his own feelings when confronted by a child's misbehavior, he usually can identify both the misbehavior and the related unmet need. For example, if a teacher feels annoyed by a student's misbehavior, the child's likely goal is to get attention, and the unmet need is to feel loved and a sense of belonging. If a teacher feels guilty in regard to her competency as a teacher, the child's goal is rebellion, and the unmet need is for school to be more meaningful and fun. If a teacher experiences feelings of anger as a result of a student's actions, the child's goal is power, and the unmet need is for a greater sense of independence and freedom. There is a simple three-step process to determine a child's unmet need. The feelings of the teacher. Help identify the misbehavior, which reveals the child's unmet need. It's such an important concept that it bears repeating. When a student misbehaves, ask yourself, how does the student's behavior make me feel? Based on how the student's actions make you feel, determine the specific type of misbehavior. Then, connect the misbehavior with its corresponding unmet need. With patience and practice, a teacher can become adept at identifying a student's unmet need by quick self-evaluation of how the child's misbehavior makes the teacher feel. The teacher then can address the disruptive behavior by nurturing an attention-seeking child, making the classroom more interesting and entertaining for a rebellious child, and empowering a power-seeking child. The good news is that when a teacher successfully responds to a student's unmet need, the misbehavior almost always disappears. The specific ways of addressing the unmet needs of an attention-seeking child, a rebellious child, and a power-seeking child are addressed in the following 3 lessons. There's a lot of material here, so let's recap the important things to remember in understanding the misbehaving child. All children want to behave. They misbehave when their basic needs are not met. The 3 primary needs of a child are the need to be loved and to belong, the need for life to be meaningful and fun, the need to have power and freedom. Whenever these needs are not met, a child will misbehave. Each unmet need has an accompanying misbehavior. If a child's need to be loved and to belong is not met, he will seek negative attention. If a child's need for life to be meaningful and fun is not met, she will become rebellious. She typically is bored and is pursuing her need to make life more meaningful and fun. If a child's need for power and freedom is not met, he will initiate power struggles. If a teacher can identify the unmet need of a child and address that need, the misbehavior will usually disappear. Identifying the unmet need, many child behavior experts believe that if a teacher examines her own feelings when confronted by a child's misbehavior, he usually can identify both the misbehavior and the related unmet need. For example, if a teacher feels annoyed by the student's misbehavior, the child's likely goal is to get attention, and the unmet need is to feel loved and a sense of belonging. If a teacher feels guilty in regard to her competency as a teacher, the child's goal is rebellion, and the unmet need is for school to be more meaningful and fun. If a teacher experiences feelings of anger as a result of a student's actions, the child's goal is power, and the unmet need is for a greater sense of independence and freedom. So here is the 3-step process in identifying a child's unmet need. The feelings of the teacher. Help identify the misbehavior, which reveals the child's unmet need. With patience, a teacher can learn to identify a student's unmet need by a quick self-evaluation of how the child's misbehavior makes the teacher feel. Then meet that unmet need, and the misbehavior will disappear. Remember, if a child misbehaves, the question to ask is, what is the unmet need of this child? In the next 3 lessons, we will look at how to address the unmet needs of an attention-seeking child, a rebellious child, and a power-seeking child.